Yes, I got to hook up from, I'd like to give a shout out to a couple people. Derek Wilson from Shred, Ohio.
Yes.
That dude hooked me up with a used chip or used BMS and shipped it out immediately. And then got a hold of...
On the weekend.
Yeah, I had to apologize to the dude for Sunday, getting a hold of him like 6 times. He's like, don't even worry about it. It's my job. So shout out to him and his wife. They do a lot of great shit up in Cleveland area.
We're actually going to be going up there. We're confirming dates right now, but we're going to be doing a show at the Ohio Shred Shop. It's
super
gonna be
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, he was actually supposed to come down on our first ride event, put on like a whole meet and greet setup, but he got COVID, so no good. And then actually got a hold of Nico from down Dayton, Cincinnati area. Shout out to him. That dude answers all sorts of questions, and I know I bug that guy all the time. So, yeah, very helpful. Both those people helped me out quite a bit.
How many injuries have you sustained on your board?
Oh, shit, dude. My nickname is T-Rex, WRECKS. Literally, I've been riding before, talking to Kaiser as I went around a corner up by the college, dropped off a 14-foot ledge just right out in the asphalt in an intersection. I wasn't paying attention. My board just went right off the edge, drilled my arm, my leg, and he's like, dude, you've got to pay attention. I'm like, shit, I thought I was, you know? People put curves where you don't think they should be, and they're there.
What about your 22-mile-an-hour pants shredder?
Oh, dude, that's the first time I realized your board will stop moving at a certain speed. I was so torn up. I just wore shorts for the first time on the board. Shit.
The first and the last time.
Dude, I had so much blood out of every orifice of my body. When I stood up after that 22-mile-an-hour crash, so the 30 feet that I finally came to a stop, the first 10 feet was in the air, and I just remember like slow-mo, oh shit. And then the next 10 feet, my pads did my job, did the job, so I slid on the plastic, and it was working out beautiful. And then the last 10 feet is when the pads moved off my knees and elbows and rode up my body, and then the skin took over. So I remember standing up, just confused about what happened.
Pants around your ankles.
Right. So stood up, and I'm just like, shit, there was a car behind me. So I look behind me, and here's the neighbor, and as she goes by, doesn't stop. I'm looking at myself. I'm bleeding profusely all over. I look down at my shorts, and I can see my cell phone. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, there's a pocket that's supposed to be there holding that. What happened was I had ground the whole front of my shorts off, ground the outside of the pocket off, and now I'm looking at my bare cell phone just caught on a ledge of what's on the backside of my pocket. My cell phone is shredded, and I'm like, shit. So I look at her, and I had to look like a baby puppy that was lost, and I'm like, oh, shit. And she just holds me a thumbs up and just goes right by. And I'm like, hell yeah, this is what skating's about. And then I get on it, limp my way home, and I'm like,
get back on it.
I'm like, I got to go home and get cleaned up. And no, I was like, shit, I got to go to the neighbors and show them some shit that I did. And he's like, dude, what's wrong with you? Yeah, I'm like, well, I'm bleeding. I could use a pint of blood if you got some.
And maybe something to cover up this bare ass cheek.
I was so tore up. I don't think I can breastfeed out of this side for a while. But so yeah, I just have all sorts of wrecks. A lot of them are my fault.
This came from Chris Hughes, and he asked, why don't people do tech tricks on bigger futures? I think my immediate answer to that is because these boards fucking break.
I feel your pain.
It would not have been my first thought until you guys both broke your boards in the same 24-hour period.
It's bad.
Right, I'm moving back in with my mom.
I think
I can afford to fix
This show's
shit.
energy is real depressing because we've got $3,400 in one wheels out of commission.
Yeah, and now I'm just babying mine because
It's like a little slide, just a tiny slide, little bit here and there.
Yep.
So, okay, let's walk through this here. Travis, what's your board went down first.
So what I've learned is if you just have a basic small problem like ghosting, take care of that shit right off the bat. Because who knew that randomly your board will shoot off across the shop backwards, not the way I roll, drill a piece of angle iron, break the bottom of the board, not mess with my aluminum plate for protection, because that thing, you don't want that damaged, you know. Drills my battery case, shoves the battery case up into my foot pad, and now I'm riding with a hump. And I thought, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden we tear it apart. I've got a damage to my BMS chip. I can't shut the bitch off. I'm having all sorts of problems.
And Jorge was just going to keep on riding.
I don't see that dude stopping for anything. No.
He's like, oh, well, okay, let's just send it. Like, all right, send it.
That dude is so much fun to ride with. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, he definitely raises the stoke for
He's
sure.
got super good style too. So like whenever you see him do anything, you're like, oh, I want to do it like that.
Oh yeah,
I want to look that cool.
Yeah, because if you want to watch somebody do
Yeah.
it, that dude lays it out clean almost every time, except
tail
for the
slides are
damage
super-
to my desk at the shop.
And your brake cleaner
Yeah,
rack.
so what I've realized is he's not going to hold back and just hit like half the rail that you build. He's going to want to extend the rail out another 2 feet beyond what it's there.
Yep.
And that's where my desk is. So the next morning, my daughter's my secretary. Baby girl's like, Dad, what the hell happened to the desk? Because all the filing cabinets are jammed all the way out. The trash just flipped over. The whole front board is just broken. You could tell where he slid underneath it. And I'm like...
He's Superman. It just...
He's like, did I do that shit?
That was like that, right?
Yeah, that was like that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Kyle.
We should actually fact check Christian right off the bat.
We should.
That's true.
Not a bad
there,
idea.
There are a few corrections from...
Let's just start.
From
Let's
episode
just
1.
start with that right
Yeah.
now.
Boo Christian. Coach
Yeah.
Christian out here had no idea what he was doing.
Well, so it turns out... well, should I start with you?
No. Start with your birthday because you screwed that shit up.
In episode 1, I said I was turning 37. My lovely wife, Rachel, watched the episode all the way through, and she said, you're not turning 37, you're turning 36. So I got an extra year of life.
Oprah Winfrey, go ahead.
I
got an extra year.
And it turns out that you
get an
are...
extra year. Everybody's getting a car.
Yeah, you are not 47. I'm sorry, you're 46.
46.
For now.
46 years
So-
old. Not a million years. He's not a dinosaur. All right.
Right.
We
Right.
might have mentioned
That
my
seems
bad.
to be a Christian thing about aging.
Just 'cause
As
he's the
I,
oldest in the
Grandpa, I get a lot of grandpa
As I-
compliments from him. Nice slide, Grandpa.
Yeah. I saw you one time. We're riding. I don't know. I think you might have been. I don't know where you dove out into the street.
I don't think so.
Oh my
I don't
God.
think I've seen Travis eat it other than like with rails and shit.
He's like looking back, trying to tell me to be careful of this like section coming up, and he's like, and he, like in the middle of traffic, just.
I think I dropped into some type of drain system, dude.
He's like, watch out, it gets a little rough up here.
It just sends it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I look back one
Full,
time at Adam.
like-
I'm like, dude, you're nailing it. And then I just went right off and straight into the intersection again. So one time I was up near the high school and I'm by myself and I pull up to the stoplight or stop sign and I look at both cars in my view and I'm looking to make sure we both got visuals on each eyeballs, making sure that they see me. And they see me, so I let the one guy go through. There's another person after that person. So as soon as they go through, it's my turn, and I'm going to get it. So I just leaned into that board and sure enough overrode that board. Right in the middle of the intersection, that shit just pit vipered me underneath my legs, bit my shins, flipped me over, and now I'm laying flipped up the wrong way, laying in the intersection, and I'm staring at this geo tracker with this lady in it. This lady who was supposed to come straight over top of me turns on her turn signal and floors it the other direction. I mean, like she had a pot roast that was burning at home. She didn't stop. She didn't do shit. I thought I'd at least pulled up and said, dude, you're too old for this. Okay, so I'm always like if I have a weekend I'm not doing anything, I start to go stir crazy. So that's why I always send you guys some type of question online, like, hey, what do you want to see next? What type of feature should I build? You know, do you see anything online you want to, add out here? So I'm hoping to build this year. We're working on it right now, a giant bowl system over on the one side of the track area. This will be, I know I already have one side of it built. They're 20-foot walls, and it's just giant. So, of course, we don't need 20 foot to drop into this stuff. So some of that will get changed. But I think once I complete that area, there'll be so much more riding that we'll switch up a lot of our time from being focused behind the shop back there on that big mound with the bowls to out there that we'll probably want to ride the whole thing, in loops.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that. That'll probably be my goal right off the bat in springtime to get all that complete if possible. But we're talking dozers, tracos, stuff like that.